Dobroveče, dragi gledalci. Na današnjem dnevniku ovog 5. jula 1991. pričamo vam o problemima u republikama. Ja sam Marija Jovanović, zato što je ova situacija vrlo bitna za cijeli svijet. Večerašnji program će se obavljati na engleskom jeziku. If you've been following our program, you will know that things have become increasingly tumultuous since January of last year, when Croatia and Slovenia first announced their desire to become autonomous, and cemented their intentions by withdrawing from the communist collective and installing separate governments with respective separatist parties. Well, much to the disbelief of the public, 10 days ago, on 25th June 1991, the provinces of Slovenia and Croatia declared independence. We now go to our correspondent, Natasa, who is on the streets of Belgrade gauging the public response to the news of the declarations of independence. Neda?
Dobroveče, Maria. We are standing here in Knez Mihajlo with resident Zdravko Čolić. Zdravko, how do you feel about Slovenia and Croatia declaring their independence from Yugoslavia?
Is this thing on? Yeah.
It's definitely on, Zdravko.
Okay, well, I believe that Yugoslavia should remain a country, but like Croatia and Slovenia, they're like making a big mistake, bro. You listen to me, lady. It's been a long time coming. I'm telling you right now, Yugoslavia can't separate. And Yugoslavia has to stay a country. I didn't think we'd give up this easily, but yes, we did.
And those were the eloquent words of Resident Zdravko. Oh, Gospodjo, how do you feel about Slovenia and Croatia declaring independence from Yugoslavia?
Honestly, Slovenia, it doesn't faze me much. I mean, just don't waste your time, just let it go. But Croatia, you can't just say whatever to them. I mean, there are so many different ethnic groups in that area. My brother, he lives in Lika. I mean, what will happen to him? What will happen to his home? Probably the Ustaše will kill him. I mean, you can't let the Ustaše take over again. What we need to do is take a stand. We did it in World War II, and we can take down their fascism again.
Hvala, Gospodjo.
Hvala.
So that's what the people on the street are saying. Back to you, Maria.
That was our Belgrade correspondent, Natasa. As you can see, the feeling in Belgrade seems to be overwhelmingly in favor of keeping what's left of Yugoslavia together, now that Slovenia has left. Tensions between Serbs and Croats living in the territory of Croatia have grown significantly since November of last year, when a large arsenal of illegally imported weapons were discovered and shown exclusively on our national news program. These were allegedly attributed to the influx of formerly exiled Ustaše leaders, whom are now congregating in the Croatian Democratic Union Party, led by Franjo Tuđman. Likewise, the problems and troubles only mounted after significant alterations were made to the Croatian constitution, changing the status of Serbs from a peoples of equal rights to a minority group with minimal rights this year, in May. As of this broadcast, the Yugoslav army has been deployed to both territories seeking independence. Fighting has been met with opposition in both areas. In Slovenia, the main opposition came in the form of the reserve army, and many bases and weapon stashes were seized by the separatist forces, causing the Yugoslav army to retreat, thereby ending the conflict. In Croatia, fighting seems to be more intense and brutal, with little end in sight. The mass forced deportations of Serbs in Krajina, Lika, and Korduna, where a majority of Serbs lives, has begun. Serbs in the area have requested the aid of the Yugoslav army, and which has placed tanks and soldiers on the newly proclaimed country. We will keep you updated on the situation as it develops. For now, we go for a look at the weather with our weather girl, Lepa Lukic. Is resting at a cool 25 degrees, and it looks like it'll be rising slowly to 30 by the end of the week. Novi Sad and Niš are likely to follow. Podgorica is decent at 28, but by the water in Sveti Stefan, it's at a colder 25, though with the sun it feels more like 29. Sarajevo is also moderate at 27. Mostar has, in typical fashion, shot up to 34 today, and it'll only be getting hotter over the week. In stark contrast to Mostar, Zagreb is at its normal coolish temperature of 24. But down in Istra and Dalmatia, it's at a much more pleasant day for swimming in the Adriatic, as the temperature is 29. Over in Macedonia, Ohrid is at a quite cool 20 degrees, and Skopje is at 29. So get out and enjoy the sunshine and warmth, unless you're in Ohrid. Back to you, Maria. Hvala lepa. Uvijek nam daš najbitnije informacije. In other news today, the ribbon cutting ceremony at the newly built elementary school on Aleja Maršala Tita in Subotica took place. Od svih nas ovdje iz Jugoslovenske radio televizije zahvaljujemo vam se što ste proveli vaše vrijeme sa nama i nadamo se da ćemo vas vidjeti sutra. Dobroveče i sve najljepše. And to our English viewers, thank you for watching. Have a good night. Dobroveče, dragi gledalci. Na današnjem dnevniku ovog 6. aprila 1992. pričamo vam o problemima u republikama. Ja sam Marija Jovanović. Zato što je ova situacija vrlo bitna za cijeli svijet, večerašnji program će se obavljati na engleskom jeziku. Za današnji program idemo u Bosnu i Hercegovinu i dakle u Sarajevski studio. Sada Samira Avdić.
Dobro večer iz Sarajeva. On April 6, 1992, Bosnia and Herzegovina has been formally recognized as independent by the European Union. Before we continue looking at the future and present, let's retrace exactly what happened in the past few months to bring us to this position. In December 1990, the Muslim-ruled party took control of the region of Yugoslavia under the leadership of Alija Izetbegović. About a year later, in October 1991, the Muslims and Croats formed a coalition government, and the urge to separate was expressed. A month later, and amidst the growing tensions, the Serbs in the country proclaimed their own vote to determine whether or not they supported the separation of the region of Bosnia from the Socialist Federation of Yugoslavia. Quite obviously, the vote was a resounding no. Further on March 1st of this year, 1992, the referendum for the official and complete separation of Bosnia territory from the Socialist Yugoslavia took place. Due to the Serbian boycott of the referendum and due to the Muslim and Croatian groups making up to 60% of the population, the referendum was passed. Obviously, soon thereafter, the Serbs in Bosnia, under the direction and leadership of Radovan Karadzic, declared an independent Serbian region in Bosnia called Republika Srpska, stating that if they couldn't remain in Yugoslavia, they would separate from Bosnia, justifying their move by saying that if Bosnia could separate from Yugoslavia, the Serbian group could then separate from the new state of Bosnia. To this you may recall Muslim and Croatian parties taking action by stationing paramilitary formations which would go on to take Serbian police forces in eastern Bosnia hostage. All this finally accumulated today with Bosnia being recognized as an independent state after months of anti-war protests. An escalation and intense war is surely ahead. So today, I sign off not as Samira Avdić of JRT, but as Samira Avdić, a Bosnian Muslim in the independent state of Bosnia and Herzegovina. Back to Yugoslavia.
Hvala Samira. I'm Ljubica Petrović, reporting live from Novi Sad. A sort of feeling of sadness has overwhelmed the city, but nowhere are feelings as intense as in Banja Luka. We now go there to hear from their mayor.
Dragi ljudi, if the Muslims separate from Yugoslavia, then we're separating from Bosnia. And that's the right thing to do because I'm mayor and I'm the smart one here. So yeah, you better listen to me.
That was the mayor of Banja Luka, Bosnia. Banja Luka is, of course, primarily Serbian. We thank you all for watching this program, which could be the last one in Yugoslavia ever. All the best I dobro veče.
Srpske